Vikings. And Coach, congratulations on the win there. And what is it about this hoop? Because there was a lot of scoring on this hoop tonight.
Yeah, it seemed like whoever's on this far end had the good shooting night. That was for sure. Um, Obviously, in the first half, we came out. Offensive possessions were sound. We had nice rotation. Everybody was getting touches. We were getting nice, clean looks at the basket. Defensively, I couldn't have asked for a better half. We held them to 9 points. I thought it was just a great. The guys really kept to the plan. Everybody held their man accountable, and they're holding themselves accountable, I should say, and really working their tails off. We were kind of rotating on Zimmerman between 3 different players, but Sam had him for most of the game, and that was by request. He asked to take him. So anytime a player asks to guard somebody else's best player, you just say, okay, you got it. You know, when you do that, you worry a little bit. Is it going to take some of his energy, and you see such a big scoring threat? But I was really happy with the decision that our captain made tonight.
And you kind of just nailed the head there. I mean, that's got to really get you pumped up for a game like this when one of your leaders says, you know what, I want their best player. I mean, that just has to fire you up walking into the gym.
Yeah, we talked. That was the first thing he said to me. He said, "Hey, coach, how's it going?" I said, "Good. How are you?" He goes, "I want Zimmerman tonight." And if you saw the game last time, at halftime, it was, I think, 52-50. It was a high-scoring game. Continued all the way throughout the night, and we ended up in that second game taking the lead and I think winning by 20. But you know, that scoring sprout didn't really take me by surprise because Algoma can put the ball in the basket, as you saw, and they've got a lot of dangerous scorers. And a lot of them are underclassmen that are coming back next year. So I know that it was a hard one for them, but I got to give Coach Zimmerman and the squad a lot of credit. They just battle every game. So they'll get that full group pretty much back next year.
And you could see the fight. You could see the fight in them right up until each one of them came out. You could just see that determination is going to be there. And they've got 1, 2, 3 years left in growth too. That you could see that was just coming even as the game went on. They didn't give up. They were down by 10. They were down by 15. They were down by 30 at one point in time. They came out in that second half. They turned it right back on. It was 0-0 in that second half when they came out. So.
Yeah, and then they had that nice scoring spurt. I don't know how many. I mean, and then you throw the technical foul in there, which was a 7-point play. It ended up being between the free throws and then the 3-pointer. And that's we called that timeout afterwards and just kind of said, let's clear our minds. I was watching a TV show, Ted Lasso, and I stole a quote from Ted Lasso. I don't know if you've heard it. As corny as it sounds, I said, be a goldfish. They've got a 10-second memory. And I gave him credit for it. It's my favorite show if you haven't watched it. But everybody was looking at me. They're like, be a goldfish. Be a goldfish. So everyone was kind of smirking as we're, doing a lot of they make fun of me behind my back. I know it. But I said, I told them afterwards, go watch the show. That was half my inspiration for my pregame speech.
That is fantastic. As somebody that, as a broadcast team that loves to throw in those non sequiturs, those movie quotes, TV quotes.
Yep.
That's pretty awesome there. So you got a couple days here now to kind of get ready for that regional semifinal. What kind of things are you going to take away from the night, both positives and negatives, that you're going to be able to work on here Wednesday, Thursday before you head down there on Friday?
Definitely going to go back and watch the tape and watch our defense. I know the guys like to go and they like to fast forward right to the points where they scored, and see what that play looked like. But we've been getting better at breaking down our film and really reading the film, understanding from the defensive point, where we made mistakes, when the help wasn't there. So we use it as a teaching tool, but at the same time, we're going to look forward to Manitowoc Lutheran. We have quite a few films on them. And now we're going to kind of do that quick prep for that. At the same time, your playoffs are fun because as a coach, you have all these films. You're kind of just on huddle waiting to release them. I don't want the players to look forward, so you're kind of just like holding them. And then after each win, you just release more film, and the guys get in there and dig in and watch their new opponent. So definitely a fun time of the year, and we've got guys that are motivated to keep going.
Any Ted Lasso quotes on watching film or video?
Have you seen it? Do you know?
I have not, because I know it's on Apple TV, and
Yeah.
I literally want to just binge on that.
Yeah.
Just because
So
The commercials were hilarious.
my brothers told me as a coach that I had to watch it. I bought Apple TV. I watched 10 episodes in 3 days. My wife and I both watched it the last 3 nights. It's so good. Probably, man, there's so many good quotes in that. I can't pull one out of off the spot right now for the
Well,
situation.
you know I'm not going to sleep tonight because I'm going to have to go back and watch
Yeah,
and find this because
yeah. Yeah, it's comedy, but it's also inspirational. And the whole idea of the movie, and we talked about this before the game, is, it's not about the wins and the losses. It's about the journey, obviously. And this coach is really, he's an American football coach who then goes and coaches soccer. And it's basically just his relationship with people that make him successful. And I think that's why we all do it. In high school coaching, the seasons are long, and there are a lot of nights you lose sleep because you're thinking about what you could have done, and then you're preparing for the next game. And not only do the players and coaches make sacrifices, but the families make so many sacrifices too for their players and coaches. It's just a full team effort all around, and that's what really makes sports special. It's just the journey. And I don't know. It was a feel-good night for everybody tonight.
Great basketball insight, good TV nuggets.
Ted Lasso.
I love it, Ted Lasso. No money being exchanged there, but Apple TV, I think, has a new spokesperson. Coach, we'll let you go. Thanks for joining us on the Postgame Show.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate you guys always being here.
Thank you, Coach.
Take care.
And we will end it here tonight. Once again, Gibraltar wins 70-46. We hope you enjoyed the broadcast. We know you enjoyed the